What is up, everybody? It's your boy Ray, and welcome to another fantastic episode of This Week in Reselling. We have a reoccurring guest now on our show. One of our friends of the channel for sure, Jeremy with Colts Comics on TikTok, Colts Comics on Instagram, Colts Comics on OnlyFans. Is that correct, Jeremy?
Yeah. Just anywhere I can make a buck.
You know, for a very low fee of $10.99, you too can be a proud owner of Jeremy's feet pictures.
Oh man!
So we have that down linked in the description for sure. So you guys go and check that out. So
that's why there's a dislike on this already.
Oh, that's the reason why nobody wants to see those talons of yours.
No,
Jeremy. But Jeremy, what's been going on, my friend? How's it been going since the last time we've talked?
It's a lot going on, man.
I can't even remember last time we talked. Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah, it was like last year. That's all I know. But I can't remember, time frame wise.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's been a lot. What's been going on, man? Tell me. How's business going? How our sales been? Let me know what's going on, my friend.
Well, let me tell you.
Let me tell me, baby. Tell me.
Let me tell you, brother. Yeah, sales have been kind of slow as of like this week, but I think overall they're up. I mean, I feel good because I have over 400 listings now, which for me as a part-time reseller, really good. And I'm just kind of now going through and just, finding stuff that I'm not a new reseller, but I'm new in different categories. I'll see all the resellers on YouTube or TikTok be like, and I'll be like, oh, I want to try out that category. And, what I find isn't as cool as what they find. Like, there he is. It's Dustin.
Dustin coming in from parts unknown. He might be able to hear us. He might not be able to hear us.
Got the look of he's going to give somebody the claw, figure 4 leg lock or something. He's got
the mandible claw. Can you hear us, Dustin?
Look at that look. I'm going to destroy someone.
Here he is. He's coming in now. Oh, he gave us the finger.
Uh-oh.
The one finger. And just before you were talking, I just checked. You were on our channel August 2nd.
Okay.
So it's almost been a year.
Almost a year anniversary.
It's a lot. Hasn't been a year already.
Almost. August 2nd. I just checked.
Yeah, so but sales have been slow here lately, but I'm getting things listed, and like I said, I have as much listed as I've had ever. So I feel good about that. And so yeah, sales have been pretty good though.
Over 400 listings for sure.
Yeah.
So let's just say hi to some people in the chat because we have the chat is buzzing. It's exploding. It's like the 4th of July. And guys, before we get into that, so let's just say hi to some people in the chat because we have the chat is buzzing. It's exploding. You got it, D?
What's up?
Okay, gotcha. We had a little feedback there, but I think we're good to go.
Yeah.
I checked last time we were on with Meg last week. I kept saying, "Do you know?" Or I can't remember the word that I kept repeating. So guys, if I keep saying that, let me know because it got really annoying after listening to it a lot. So I'm gonna try to do better with that. But guys,
I love you that much.
Yeah. So like always, guys, make sure you follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and subscribe to the YouTube channel and subscribe to the podcast This Week in Reselling. We're trying to meet that 4,000 hour watch mark on YouTube. So help us out, guys. Just leave the videos on when you're going to work or when you're listening or whatever. Help a brother out. And we're, and make sure to follow Jeremy. All of his socials are down there in the description below. So, friend of the channel, Matt, Thrifter Sifter, came to say hello. Good to see you, Matt. We have Jesse, the amazing Jess.
What's up?
He's actually new to reselling. We got him into reselling thanks to TikTok. So he says he's been killing it for sure. And we have Crispy Flips, not the man, He said, "I just joined his OnlyFans as soon as I found out about it." Yes, it's a every penny worth. And we have the Jarhead Entrepreneur. He's saying, "What's up? Good to see you." Let's see. Thrifter says, "I'm testing video games and turning into." Oh, thank you so much.
Hey.
We do appreciate it. And Jesse says he's getting into selling clothes. Okay, so we'll get into that for sure. So, Jeremy.
Yep.
Since we've seen you last, you've been selling a lot of clothing. We'll get into that. See if you're still doing that for sure. Yeah. But have you tested the waters on selling your clothing on any other platform besides eBay?
No, I mean, I occasionally cross post like Macari, but it's like eBay or bust, I think.
Okay, for sure. So, guys, that brings us into our first segment of the show, our favorite segment of the show. Right, Dustin?
Favorite,
he says. So, Jeremy, side note, you want to tell the people about your swimming pool, Dustin?
It's malfunction, defective, manufacturing issue. I had it up for 2 weeks. It already busted at the seam. They're sending me out a new one. Yeah, disappointed. Yeah. Got it at once.
So Dustin bought a swimming pool and it busted.
Those those Walmart above ground.
Did you get it at the $5 store?
No, I got it at Walmart full price. Unfortunately, but they don't make them like they used to because my parents used to have one. It lasted for like 4 or 5 years. Oh, ridiculous! And 2 weeks in, already busted. But we'll send you a new one. So nice. It's on the way.
It's on the way, baby. So overrated, underrated, Jeremy. The segment of the show where we tell you 10 things and you decide, in your opinion, if they're underrated or overrated. I'm sure you've seen the show. I know you know what you're doing.
I know. I can't wait.
Right? So, first one on the list, Jeremy, in your opinion, overrated or underrated? Selling hats.
Well, first of all, you don't sleep on hats. So it's completely underrated. I don't know what else I need to say about it. I've been preaching for a year. You don't sleep on hats.
Don't sleep on hats. Could you tell us a reason why, Jeremy? Tell us why, what are some good hats to look out for? Why are they underrated? Don't sleep on them. Tell us why.
Okay. Well, generally speaking, without getting too specific, I mean, there are plenty of great hats out there, but generally, if you go to garage sales or thrift stores, hats are going to be one of your cheapest items that you can pick up, along with like coffee mugs. I mean, hats are, and my Goodwill, Crispy saying sleep on hats. You jerk. My Goodwill, while they may be insane in the membrane and other, things they have in the thrift store, hats are still like 99 cents. So your buy-in is a cheap buy-in. Usually garage sales, it's going to be, $1 or less, maybe $2. So you don't have to invest a whole lot to buy hats, to resell hats. So that's number one why I like selling hats. They're easy to ship. Most of the hats that I sell fit in 8x6x4. If they're a flat brim and you're worried about crushing something, then you can put it in a little bit bigger box. But they're easy to ship. They're lightweight. Most of the time they ship out under £1. So you're cheap on your shipping rate too. So those are all the things I like about hats. They're just cheap, and generally what you buy them for, they're worth more than what you buy them for generally. But if you're ever in doubt, just look it up. That's what's great about having the eBay app is, hey, here's a hat. It looks cool to me. Let me look it up and see what it's worth. But if you're looking for some gems out there, those shark tooth, old school, like NFL, NBA hats from the 90s are I'm always looking for those, and I haven't really found them yet. So those are the ones I'm always looking for, though.
Are those Proline, the brand?
They might be. They just stand out. They just have such a look to them, like nothing else is like it, and it's just like definitely stand out. They definitely look like the era they're from, and that's what I love about them.
Yeah, they're great. I know that I recently bought a Tennessee Titans like remake of one.
Mm-hmm.
So the
I think Zubaz sells one that's similar to.
Really?
You remember the old Zubaz pants that came out for the NFL?
I have some.
And there's the shark tooth. Yep.
Yeah, those are sick. That Cowboys one. I think I had that one.
That Oilers hat is pretty.
I think I might have had
I think that might be a new one.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So who makes them though? Just so we can.
That's a great question.
Because I just look for that design. I don't really know who makes them, to be honest.
I think it might be Proline. Oh, it's here we go.
American Apparel.
It's sold by American. Yeah, that's weird. It's
Logo Athletic.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep.
No, I don't want to sign in. So Logo Athletic, guys. There you go.
Well, look at those comps, or like what they're listed for. Those aren't comps, but I mean, you're pretty close to 100 on most, and over 100 on some, and so those are a good one to be on the lookout. That would definitely be my.
I like a Mighty Ducks.
If you find them, I'm always looking for them. I haven't found them, but they're just that cool.
Double shark tooth.
Which one?
This one right here. The can you see that? Oh, you can't see it.
One that's for 1,329.
No, hold on.
It's a double rainbow.
That one.
Oh yeah, the multicolor.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that.
So that one's $262.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yep. So Crispy says Proline is Logo Athletic.
Yeah. Oh, is it? Okay.
Got Michael in the background saying hey to me while I'm in here.
Oh.
That's great.
That's funny. All right. So next one, overrated, underrated, playing video games. You say to Michael, say hi to Michael right quick.
Hey, Michael.
Hi, Michael.
Michael.
He's going nuts.
He's going nuts.
Okay, video games. Dang, man, I'm gonna say overrated. I'm gonna
overrated.
At my age, it's overrated. So I've already passed the 40 mark. When I was younger, it would have been underrated because I've played since I was 5 or 6 years old. Mm-hmm. So, but at this stage of my life, it's like one of those things. Like if something I have to give up something for time, that's the thing I have to give up.
Yeah.
Oh, hey man.
Say hi to Michael Ray.
Say hey, buddy.
Hi.
Hey, everybody. Say hey, everybody.
Right here.
Michael is 2.
Almost 3.
5.
Almost 3. Yeah.
2.
All right, man.
Brother.
So yeah, sorry to.
Mama. Go see Mama.
I have a thrifter sister said, "I'm testing PS1 games."
Go see Mama.
Yeah, I mean it's a lot of fun when I play it. When I get time to play, I love it. I'm torn on how to answer that, but it's like I really don't get as much time to play. So it's like for me, I don't know how to answer that, but I guess I have to say it's overrated because I don't get the time to play it.
Okay, nice. Okay, good call. Now, overrated, underrated. Jeremy, selling video games.
Underrated. Yeah.
I can vouch for that.
I mean, that's kind of what I cut my teeth on when I first started reselling was video games. So it'll always be near and dear to my heart.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Crispy, yes, please. If you want to announce the result of the Leah Ripley and Charlotte Flair match, please let us know. Jeremy and I were actually watching it for a little bit.
We were.
So, all right. So overrated, underrated, Jeremy, barbecue.
Barbecue. Oh, so underrated.
So underrated, he said.
Oh man.
So what kind of barbecue do they have in Indiana? Is it worth going up there and trying all the barbecue spots?
And we have some good barbecue. Yeah. Most of the time it's like like a bar trying their hand out in barbecue, but there's actual legit barbecue places too. So,
okay, nice. Underrated. We need to go, Dustin. We need to take a road trip and try all the barbecues. We need to just go go to Kansas City, go down to Texas, go through Memphis, just like all the hot barbecue.
Go through KC, yeah.
Let's do it.
It's great. So
win.
Let's do it. Let's do it. We need to get a Nashville Flippers cargo van first.
Hey, let's do it.
That's what we need to do.
Shark tooth style.
Yeah, shark tooth style. Double shark tooth down the
double shark tooth.
Yeah. So, overrated, underrated, Jeremy. Etsy.
Oh wow. I don't know that I can really fairly give them a rating. I've bought a few things off Etsy and that experience was good. I don't sell anything on it, so I can't really speak to that side of it. Mm-hmm. My brother-in-law is an artist. He uses it a lot. He loves it. So I guess for that standpoint, and I know some other resellers I follow on TikTok use it too. So I'd say it's underrated. I think it's got some promise. I just don't know much about it.
Yeah. Okay. So I know that and anybody in the chat that can answer this, I don't know if you know, Crispy. Is it just you can sell? I know people sell handmade goods there.
Yeah.
And is vintage you can sell on Etsy?
Yeah.
You can't sell like any new stuff.
I don't know about that
because I've never seen. Because I mean, Etsy could have been like the Macari, but I don't know if they could sell like new stuff or not, because they already have like the. I felt like that would have been the next step, but yeah. I don't know if they.
I don't think they have, as far as I know.
They missed the boat there. Chris says handmade goods and vintage only. Okay.
So it's more of a niche, kind of more of a specialty.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Raymond says hello. Good to see you, Raymond. And then what did Jesse say? Okay. Yeah.
Homemade adult.
Yeah. You can make homemade adult toys. I don't know if he means like toys for adults or adult toys.
Yeah, I don't know. Next question.
Let's leave that out there.
So, overrated or underrated, overrated, Jeremy, LeBron James.
Most overrated person right now.
Oh,
yeah.
I know Dustin's a bit of a LeBron fan.
Is he?
I'm just, I don't know, not like per se LeBron, just they come every once in a while, like the Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James. Like, yeah, he's not as good as Michael Jordan, but don't hate him for, don't hate him. I mean, they don't come around very often.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I guess I say overrated for him because I don't have an appreciation for how he plays basketball. He has all the talent in the world. I mean, as far as a basketball player goes, I respect him as an athlete and him as a player, but I don't respect how he plays. I mean, for a guy his size, he flops more than soccer players that I watch soccer on a regular basis. I mean, soccer's known for like, oh, I'm hurt, carry me off the field. And that's LeBron.
I think that's just more based off how the league is now. It's too soft. Like everybo's flopping nowadays.
Yeah,
like Trae Young. Look at Trae Young.
He's been your star of the league forever. So he's got to set a standard for everybody else, and he just doesn't. And that's why I don't respect him. He doesn't set like Michael Jordan, the upper echelon, like Kobe Bryant. Those guys were all-stars, and they kind of set the tone for everybody else. And he just he's a good player, but he also seems to want to recruit everybody to be on his team too. Sorry, I guess I have a lot of opinions about this, and I don't really.
Yes, that's what we're here for. Yes,
but I don't even really. I can't stand watching the NBA because they don't really play, actual team basketball till the playoffs.
Right.
You know, and so, and, you know, like, wow, these guys actually play defense. That was incredible. I didn't know anybody played defense. And it's like, oh, it's the playoffs. That's why.
Exactly.
But anyway, so yeah.
Are you a big basketball fan overall? More, I mean, you live in Indiana, so that's kind of.
Yeah, I mean, I tend to watch more college than NBA, but so my local school is Purdue. They're like just down the road from me, so they're kind of like a college local team, Big Ten team. So they're pretty good in basketball, but they're kind of like how the Colts have been, where it's like they're good, but they're not reaching their potential just yet. You know, they're not like winning some of the bigger games that they need to win. So that's kind of where Purdue's at.
Jeremy says that, and the Colts have won a Super Bowl. So I don't know. You know, not like
I have high expectations. I'm sorry.
You know what I mean?
I had Peyton Manning for 100 years.
I wish we had him for 100 more.
So, dude, that's such a, with Andrew Luck retiring, that sucks. You know,
hey, y'all got Carson Wentz.
Bring it up again. I'm going to cry. No.
I know.
I like Carson Wentz. Maybe he can, get
I do too. I just hope he can get
confidence
back to just get back to the form he was at in like 2017 or whatever year that was.
We'll see.
Crybaby.
Cryberries don't come around often, Dustin. That's what Crispin says.
Okay. Yeah, he's a big crybaby.
Dustin and I,
visible as he should be, he's a crybaby.
Mm-hmm. Dustin and I, we started watching Space Jam 2 today. We didn't get to finish it. At least I didn't get to finish it. Did you finish it, Dustin?
No.
You'll never get that time back. I'm sorry.
So Matt says there's a lot of new stuff on Etsy, but usually it's like crafts and product people make and sell used or new on Etsy. Okay. Raymond says he's Speedy on TikTok. Good to see you, Speedy. He's one of the friends for sure. Let's see. What I heard, he fell off the chair at the game last night. And he said he was fouled. That's funny.
Classic.
Oh, Chris Paul's a good flopper too, though.
Dude, I like Chris Paul though.
They're all good at flopping. You gotta play the game, I guess. But it's like, come on.
Yeah. And that's kind of, you said that, Dustin, you said the league was soft, and that can be that can be more than the truth, because look what U.S. basketball is doing in the Olympics. They're like losing to these like Nigeria, like these countries that hardly have any NBA players, and they're getting spanked.
Yep. Doesn't compare to the 90s and early 2000s
no,
basketball.
That's
Detroit Pistons, Bulls, nothing. Doesn't compare.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. So we're all on the same page.
I like that. I like that question, though. Thanks for the question.
Yep.
No problem. So, overrated, underrated, Jeremy. Selling Tommy Bahama.
Selling Tommy Bahama. I don't sell a lot of it, and there's a lot of it I'll pass up. So I guess I'll say it's overrated because there's just a few, like, if it's got a cool pattern to it or something, you want to pick it up, or if it looks older, you want to pick it up. But yeah, I don't pick it up a whole lot. I mean, it depends on price too, but I know other people pick it up and do well. So, I mean, but for me, I would say it's overrated.
Yeah, let us know, guys, in the comments if you think. Let us know every time we have something over here if it's overrated, underrated. I think that would be good. But I agree, Jeremy. I think that Tommy Bahama has been oversaturated. At one point, it was one of those bolos all the time, pick it up no matter what. Yeah. But now the market's oversaturated. Tommy Bahama, I think, knows that people are looking for it, so the product is being made at a grander scale,
mass production.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, all right. So next thing, Jeremy, overrated, underrated, Tesla cars.
Ooh.
Or Tesla in general.
Man, I don't know. I definitely think they're probably underrated because they're kind of forging in an area where, I mean, others are kind of trying to duplicate what they're doing, which kind of says they're onto something and they're doing some cool stuff. So I would say that they're underrated. Yeah, I think they're really doing some stuff nobody else is doing, the way that how they're designing things. I really have appreciation for that. They're just trying to make something cool and unique and be the first to do it. And then they have been, and they're kind of, the first to do it. So
I agree. I know that, do you think that, let's say 10 years from now, we're all going to be driving electric cars?
I mean, if they never get any chips for the current cars so that they can sell new cars, I think that, that's a possibility probably sooner rather than later. And if gas prices continue to go out of insanity where it's $3.29 here. I think I just had to fill up today. So,
oh, that's high.
Yeah. So I think I saw it as low as like just over 3, and in my little rural town, they kind of jack it up because where else are you going to go?
Oh, yeah, that sucks.
So
Scalpers. They're scalpers.
They're scalpers. I can't believe it. What are you doing? This is America.
Those gas scalpers.
This scalpers everywhere.
What gas prices here, Dustin? It's like $2.70 something.
$2.70 something.
Yeah,
I've seen the
really?
$2.80s. Yeah, it's not too bad here.
Yeah, it's not too bad. So
cool.
Let's see here. Jesse, let's see here. We have a couple questions here. Friend of the channel, the Grateful Queen Quimby says, hello, guys.
What's up?
Been a while. Good to see you, Quimby. Glad you can stop by. Quimby, we need to have you on the show and touch bases again because Quimby's awesome. Thrifter Sifter says, I say Tommy Bahama is both. Got to be popping the color or design, good materials or a certain type of pieces, and you get really cheap. Okay.
Yeah. I agree.
Okay. Yeah. Jesse says 30 years we'll be driving electric cars. Okay.
Flying cars, don't you think?
Man, I'm still waiting on those flying cars.
Back to the Future predicted it. Come on.
Yeah, man. Yep. I'm still waiting. So next up, we're getting down to the nitty-gritty here. Overrated, underrated, selling Harley Davidson products on eBay or anywhere you would sell.
Yeah. I mean, Harley is one of those names where there's definitely some value with it. So I'm going to say underrated. But you just have, it's also one though, kind of like Tommy Bahama, where you have to be careful because there's newer stuff that it's just not made as well as the older stuff. The stuff you really want to look for is the older stuff. I mean, there's a lot of value to that. And this Harley in general, it's more than just T-shirts, but that's what I kind of sell and have whenever I find, but like that kind of stuff.
And
they make boots caps. And they make, motorcycle parts and accessories. Yeah. So, I mean, their stuff has value just because of the name, people have respect for them as a company. So, I mean, I'd say they're underrated just because of that. But if you're just going like T-shirts and stuff, you want to go older, at least, 10-ish years and back. And then, or just, again, kind of like what we said about Tommy Bahama, like the design. Some of them are very plain Jane, the newer stuff. It'll just be a very plain Harley, block on the front, and then it'll have like the dealer info on the back. Whereas some of the other ones will have a cool design, like an eagle or, some kind of cool, American flag and something, guy riding a motorcycle. So, how can you tell the old or new style? A lot of them will have like HD emblem printed on the front with the date, so of where the logo is. Now, sometimes you got to be careful of that because it might be they have to put that on there because they're using an image from that year, but it's actually a newer shirt. So you want to look too at the tag. The tag will tell you. I mean, if it's made in the USA, chances are it was made in like the mid 90s or earlier, maybe late 90s and earlier. Whereas if it's made elsewhere, Some of the newer ones will have like 2 tags. So it'll have like the Harley tag, and then it'll have like another tag saying like what kind of shirt it is, or some of them will have no tag. And that's how you know it's really new, because they don't have any tags. So it's just
like printed on the shirt.
Just screen printed into the shirt. So if you find one that's made in the USA, you know it's at least 90s. And then if you see the logo, usually they'll have it printed under the like picture on the front. You'll see the date. It'll say like HD emblem and the date.
Yeah, I was trying to look up vintage Harley tags, but I couldn't really find anything. So let's see here. So last one, Jeremy, overrated, underrated. Matt Foley.
Matt Foley as a character. If you don't know, Dustin doesn't have a TikTok. Matt Foley, Dustin, is Jeremy's alter ego character. I would say he's a mix of Chris Farley and I don't know what character was Chris Farley on SNL. The guy that lives down in the van down the river. That's Matt Foley.
Is it Matt Foley?
Yeah, that's Matt Foley, the motivational speaker. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So
he's so I'm going with. I just saw the comment. He's so underrated. I mean, talk about a huge loss, Chris Farley, and that was a huge loss.
I agree.
But, Matt Foley as a character. There's not been too many characters that have even come close to that on SNL. Of course, I don't even watch that SNL anymore.
It's
hardly watchable anymore.
It is terrible. It's not even funny. My wife hates watching SNL.
Wow.
Like, hates it. She's like, this is the dumbest.
This makes me angry.
Yeah. Like we'll watch it if there's like a musical guest that we like, that we want to see perform live. But we got to get through like the terrible skits, that aren't funny,
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but Matt Foley, guys, if you want to know what we're talking about, Matt Foley, follow Jeremy on TikTok. We gotta get his followers up. The value, the comedy, it's one and the same, guys. You won't regret it. So follow him on Colts Comics on TikTok. You're not gonna regret it. You're not gonna regret it. So no, you're not gonna regret it. So guys, so Jeremy, thank you so much for answering overrated, underrated. So we have some questions for you here, Jeremy. Okay. So the first question that I have is, since we last saw you, one of your prime sources to look for things to resell has been Goodwill. Is that still the case? Where do you source? Have you pivoted your sourcing habits? Where are you finding all the good stuff? Let us know.
I thought maybe this is going to be an overrated, underrated question.
No. We're done with that segment.
I know.
So
because they're going to be like, Goodwill. No, Goodwill, at least my local store here in Indiana. I mean, but I have some others. I go visit my brother-in-law. He's not too far away. And in his community, the Goodwills are still good. So we'll hit up a couple in his area, and it's still what you expect a thrift store to be, cheap prices and, actual have inventory in the store. Whereas my Goodwill that's local to me has definitely changed. The quality of product isn't very good, and the prices are skyrocketing to, like if you watch my TikTok videos, I've got a new series called Name That Price Goodwill Edition. And I show some of the insanity that they have for sale and the price tags, what they're asking for it. So I still check them out because every once in a while you'll find a shirt or find something that they haven't lost their mind on and have a decent price on. But most of the time now when I go to Goodwill, it's just to film my TikTok videos. So, um, yeah, they're just not a reliable source anymore. I feel like they want to get into the storage and trash business instead of just being like a thrift store.
Okay. Now, where are you getting your stuff?
Well, I've got some other thrift stores that are usually they're like faith-based oriented, like so they're affiliated with a church or they're affiliated with some kind of community program that may be sponsored or supported through a church. And so I donate to those places myself because I just appreciate what they're doing. I try to, donate, when I buy stuff. I pay what they're asking for, but I try to, add to it because I know the value of what I'm getting, and they have really great prices. So I want to give to their mission and what they're doing. So yeah, I've got two other stores in my area, so I'm really there. I'm checking out them weekly, and I might get into Goodwill, but I might not. It's not a priority anymore. And then like really close, like in my back door, I've got basically two more thrift stores. So I mean, I've got like basically 4 solid ones that I can hit on a regular. And I always love garage sales when I can find them. So those are like my main, my main stop. Yeah.
Okay. I know, like you, Jeremy, I have terrible luck at Goodwill. Unlike my counterpart over here, Dustin has like insane luck at Goodwill, and I don't know how he does it. Like he found some Rock Band stuff last time he was there.
Yeah, wow. It's $10.
Yeah.
Found some golf shoes. They're like drums, $12. Well, actually, they gave me the golf shoes for $6. They were Adidas Boost golf shoes, so I knew they're like at least $50. Clean them up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's not too bad, but like it's definitely up from
it is
where they were last year. They'd have been like $6 or $7 last year.
Ray, you got that picture I sent you? Remember on those cameras, those security cameras? I sent a picture of you too.
Yeah.
So somebody found a Gimme 5. I can't remember the brand, but they had them listed. Yeah, Amicon or something like that. I can't remember the brand, but they had them for $40 per camera. That's over what eBay. You can get them cheaper on eBay.
Yeah,
it's like security camera.
I'm like they're smoking something. I don't know what they're on.
Yeah, like I said, I think they want to get into like the storage business instead of being a thrift store because they get all this stuff for free and then they just want to store it because they don't want to sell it.
I don't get it.
They don't want to sell it because if they wanted to sell it, they would put some prices on it. And people would be like, "Hey, yeah." It's like almost like they have forgot the identity of their customers.
Oh, they haven't forgotten, or at least the fact
people. That's like
they're like counting their money.
This is my impression of the CEO of Goodwill. The people that come and shop at Goodwill, they don't think of this as a thrift store. They think of this as a retail store, a boutique or something. People that shop at Goodwill, like they're going there because they want a deal. They want to find that treasure on the shelf or find something that's like, oh, this is so cool. And I'm only going to pay $2 for it. But it's like that has been lost now. Goodwill has lost that because they're putting price tags. They don't even know why I think they're putting price tags on some of this stuff. Unless they've like discovered Google Lens or something and they're like, oh, okay, I'm gonna put that. I mean, I don't know what their strategy is, but it's like off the chart.
I agree. So we all know that Goodwill is, they're looking stuff up before, before they find it. And I don't know if you guys have heard, but there was a Goodwill worker that he found an Atari video game that was sold for $10,000.
Of course he did.
And let's take a look at the video here, guys. See if you can hear it. I'm sure there'll be some ad for like Fox Pools or something. There it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear that?
Yeah, I can hear.
Okay.
Faintly.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Is this?
No, this is like a totally different art.
I know, right? This is going to tell us what happened. Okay. Anyway, so
It's probably like down the road, right down the.
So if you guys want to know what the game looks like, it's actually this blue
Oh yeah.
handle. It's called.
Oh.
The game is called Air Raid for the Atari. It was found in Texas. The worker knew what it was because he actually collects video games, and it was sold at Goodwill for $10,000. And you know what's crazy about that? The worker didn't get any of the money.
Are you kidding me?
He
I
didn't
would have
get
pocketed that.
That makes me upset.
right.
That really makes me
'Cause
upset.
Nobody would have known what it was if he didn't know what it was. It would have ended up on the shelf because Atari games, you know, they're worthless.
Yeah.
Except for that one,
Yeah.
Air Raid.
Bet he's wishing he would have put that in his pocket so fast. Those cargo pants he had on. He should have just slipped it right in.
I mean, how does that encourage them to like turn that kind of stuff over? I mean, it really.
I know. It's a little ridiculous. So let's say hi to some people that jumped in because we have some new people on. We have Jess, gorgeous.
Yeah, Jess.
Jess is in Mississippi, I believe. Jess let us know. She's hanging out with some other reselling friends. We have Meg. Meg Sells is on here. If you guys want, we actually did an interview with Meg last week. So if you guys want to check that out, it's the last live stream that we did. So
good show.
Go and check that out. Thank you. And then we have, this is actually my brother-in-law, Adrian. So I don't know. Yeah. Pen Pro. So good to see you, Adrian. Glad that you can stop by. So, Jess says, yes, she's here until tomorrow. Enjoy your time. Have fun. Find some great stuff. Maybe you'll find an Atari game, Air Raid.
Do it. That's your mission.
That's your mission if you choose to accept it. So, Jeremy, when you're going through these thrift stores, give us some tips of what to look for. Let's say I'm in Indianapolis or Indiana. I happen to stop by to see Matt Foley and go to one of these, Good Samaritan thrift stores, and I have 10 minutes. What are some things that you can let people know of what to look for while you're there? Say I have 10 minutes. What advice are you giving the people?
So you only have 10 minutes. So I'm gonna tell you to completely avoid clothing because you really have to sift through. So don't even go there unless they just have like some hats on the end cap and you can like quickly like, okay. But I would go myself. I go straight to like the plush toys.
Okay.
And then like hit that real quick and then hit like the video games.
Okay. So what are we looking for in plush toys? What are we looking for in video games?
I mean, anything kind of pop culture. I mean, anything that kind of stands out, like Disney stuff and plush. I found a Qbert, I believe the name is. It's an old video game character. I found a plush of him once in the plush at Goodwill, and that did really well. So you just never know. Like, just look for things that, I'm old now, so like if I recognize it from my childhood, then I'm gonna like snag it. Just that kind of stuff. Things that look older, things that look, action figures, stuff like that, and you're in the toys. I mean, you don't have a lot of time, so you can't stand there and look stuff up. But I mean, so I would, I guess, tell the reseller who go where you know the most about stuff. I mean, I know more about that stuff, so that's where I'm going. But somebody knows more about kitchenware or whatever, go there. But those are going to be the places I avoid if it's just 10 minutes. I could stand in line at Goodwill though for 10 minutes, so I don't know if this is.
Oh yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah, our lines get to be really long too.
It's like,
forever.
We've got one worker up here.
So how much time do you think we need to look through clothing? And what are some of the tips to look for? Like if I'm looking at clothing, what are some of the tips? Do you dabble in any kind of men or women's clothing, or just
No,
in
not
the
yet. Just men's.
I know it's tricky. It's tricky. I know Jess. She's the queen of that for sure.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah. I don't even. I'm not. No, I don't know anything about women's clothing. No, like I go kind of straight to if I just had a brief time, I'm going to go straight to like certain sizes. So I'm going to go like large and up, and I'm going to quickly look through like those shirts. And I kind of have a system where I'll shove everything one direction, and then I'll like kind of do this. So I create space on so I can just look tag at the tags, and so I can do that pretty quick. If it's t-shirts, you can kind of go through and just look to see if like the edge of the sleeve is single stitch. And that's usually a good indication too. So yeah.
Single stitch, that's good. What brands should we be looking out for, Jeremy?
In shirts?
Or just shirts? Yeah, let us know. What brands do you look out for?
Kind of, I mean,
besides the Versace and the Gucci and the
yeah,
Prada.
Yeah, besides all that, okay. I mean, Ralph Lauren, Polo, LL Bean, like anything that's kind of like other than like Columbia, but like an outdoor. If it looks like it's sort of like an outdoor hiking, hunting style, I tend to like at least check it out. I don't know everything about it, but that's why I have an eBay app and I can look up brands I don't know, and anybody can. That's what I love about it.
Grimby says 10 minutes she would hit the shoes and active clothing.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty. You can scope out the shoes real quick too.
Mm-hmm. I need to get better at women's shoes. I know that Jess was giving us some pointers. As if you guys want to know about women's clothing, make sure to check out Gorgeous Boutique's interview that we did. A lot of value in that for sure. Mm-hmm. So Jeremy, we know that you're a part-time reseller. You do have a full-time job.
That's
so how do you manage your time with that? You have children, you have a wife, you have Matt Foley to deal with. So
it's a full-time job right there.
Full-time job.
Yeah.
So how do you do it? I know, for us, for me, it's hard.
It is. It can.
I know, and Dustin's got a little boy.
Been slacking a bit.
Yeah, so it's hard.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like for me, this is probably more of a hobby than it is a business. So like I'm not a guy that's gonna like have the golf membership and and be golfing or be out hunting and fishing or whatever guys do. Like this is my thing. Like this is like what I do. And so it's really kind of a hobby that I just love doing. And so, when I have time, I'm definitely doing it. And when I have other things that are priorities, I do that too. I also try to find little ways to be smarter, like I forget who it was on TikTok. Tater, what's his name? I think it was Tater. What's his name? I can't remember. Big old Tater. That's what I want to say. I think Big old Tater.
Go with that.
What a name! What a name!
But he like had this great idea. Like he takes pictures ahead of time, has it all on his phone. So like when he's out and about doing whatever, he can be listing stuff. So I was like, yeah, like do you have all the time to list 10 things right now? No, but do you have time to take pictures of 5 shirts? Yeah. And so I'm just learning little tricks and stuff too about like get it all out and get it all measured. And I just put the measurements in my spreadsheet. And so then it's like there and I can just see what it is when I go to list. So it's like just learning little tricks like that. I mean, it's, I guess it's working smarter instead of harder.
Exactly.
But Yeah, I mean, this little tricks like that definitely help. But yeah, if I don't list, I don't list. I mean, it's like, to me, I'm like I said earlier, I'm like over 400 listings now. So I'm to a point where like,
Awesome.
I'm not going to be able to, like, if things start selling, like, I'm going to, I'm going to regret it. I don't know. I'm going to have to ship it all out. So, that's, that's the other thing. It's like, well, all right, I'm just kind of comfortable.
Yeah. So yeah, it's hard being a part-time reseller for sure. But as long as you're doing it as a hobby, I don't think it's going to be. It's not as, would you say, Dustin, as stressful?
Yeah.
You
Stressful, not a almost like hate doing what you're not gonna hate it.
Yeah, I love it. I'd love it to be like my full-time thing, but at the same time, I mean, it's like, I'm happy with the way that what I'm doing too. So it's like, why change it? Just.
it's hard. I recently had a comment on TikTok, and they asked if I would recommend hiring somebody to list your things. And I haven't, I drafted the video, but I told them that it depends of how much money you're looking to make. Because if you want to make a lot of money, of course, having somebody that's consistently listing stuff is going to be beneficial for you, because while you're outsourcing, that person's consistently listing. So you'll have more things listed, you'll have more sales, and then you can be doing, I guess, the quote unquote fun stuff and going and finding products, making connections and all that good stuff. But just like anything else, you take out what you put in. So if you're working really hard at it, you're going to be benefiting or reaping the rewards of that for sure. So let's see here. Jesse says that he learned a ton from Jess's YouTube channel. So if you guys have not checked that out, go check it out for sure. Crispy says, picking up the new cargo van tomorrow. Jeremy, I'm coming your way soon. For a road trip. Then I'm going to Tennessee. Let's go.
What? Were you coming to Indiana?
Let us know.
Amazing. Yeah.
Joni says, almost missed the show. Well, good to see you,
Don't
Joni.
miss it.
And then we have Glenn, the Swamp Picker, on. Good to see you, Glenn. Glad that you guys can join us. We love doing these. We love interacting with everybody. And the people that are listening to the audio version, if you want to see the video, take a look at all these handsome bearded men, come to the YouTube channel and subscribe. And follow Jeremy on TikTok.
I tried to take that seriously, but I couldn't.
Exactly. So, Jeremy, from a person that's been doing this part-time for a long time, what are some of the bolos, if you were willing to share, because I know some people are really, I don't want to share too much.
Beanie Babies.
So
much value.
Beanie Babies, exactly. Beanie Babies and VHS tapes, right?
Vintage.
Black Diamond.
Yeah.
VHS. Check out the cops.
Right? Check out the cops
before you laugh at me.
That's
Bolos.
great.
Gosh.
Bolos, yes, sir.
You got to look. I mean, when I started selling video games, like N64 was one of the newer. It wasn't newer, I guess I should say. It was a few years old, or 3 or 4 years old. But N64 though was, they were still kind of making games, and you could find them really easy. And so now it's like one of those systems where it's like, oh my gosh, like their games are just getting harder and harder to find. And there's some really valuable. There's just some really valuable games in some of those older systems. So you just got to really, look at, PS1 has some really rare and valuable games, surprisingly. Like, I think PS1 is a system people just kind of bypass. But when I first started selling, there's a game called Sakuden. I think I'm saying that right, on PS1. Okay. And it was selling for over $100 then. And this was like early 2000s. So at that time, it was maybe 8 years old, if that. And there's like 3 of them in that series. So there's like 2 and 3. It's Suikoden 2, actually. That's the valuable one.
Okay.
But the other ones have value too. And then there's like others on the other systems, like PS2, I think had Suikoden 4. So that's just one that I always look for. There's a lot of rare games on PS1. They sold like these games, like Lunar Star, I believe is it. It came in this like really interesting box. It came with like all this like random accessory stuff. If you had that now, I bet that would be worth well over $100 or more. So just random weird stuff.
And PS2 games, they're starting to go up in value. I know some of the really niche ones like the horror video games, survival horror, just like those really odd.
Some of the Resident Evil games are pretty. I've sold one.
Those are on the rise.
I got a Goodwill for like $100.
GameCube has some rare games. I mean, like those older Nintendo systems for sure. You know, you just kind of, look it up.
Yep.
Those are a few off the top of my head.
Spirits and Spells, GameCube.
Spirits and Spells.
Don't sleep on it.
Yeah.
Sold it for $200.
That's awesome.
So real quick, I know that Jeremy was talking about video games, and that reminded me that graded games are starting to become a thing.
Yep.
So this person had a graded Super Mario 64 game. It graded a 9.8, which is almost perfect.
That's crazy.
And it sold at auction for $1.5 million.
Jeez.
It's a shame that I had that game and ripped it open.
I know.
We all
did too. I'm just thinking about it. Like we could have been millionaires thinking about it right now.
Would have loved
so
it.
Guys, if you ever come across any vintage video game that is still sealed, I would actually recommend getting it graded, especially if it's any kind of first-party Nintendo product. Go get it graded because you never know. You could have a $1.5 million game.
So the Wii Fits and all that? Sealed, get them graded?
I mean, it's kind of video game grading is starting to become like card grading.
Nintendo, get that Nintendo stamp.
Exactly.
One of my friends found a Virtua Boy for Nintendo. It wasn't sealed, but it had that and some games with it. Made a killing on it.
That's awesome, dude. That's the Virtua Boy would.
Yeah,
give you like
ahead of its time.
Yeah. So we got some good questions in the chat, Jeremy. So I'm going to pick here. As a person who resells clothing, where is the primary place you post those types of items?
I mainly sell on eBay. Like I said, I've been selling on eBay for a very long time, so I'm just really used to it. I'm very comfortable with it. I cross post some stuff to Macari on occasion, but generally I just roll with eBay.
Okay. And I know Jesse also had a good question. Oh man, I can't remember what it said. It said, I think it said, Jesse, and here you go. Here it is right here. How do you make your clothing post stand out?
Stand out.
Like, I guess
you gotta take good pictures. I mean, you gotta take halfway decent pictures, have good lighting. But I mean, eBay is nice because you can edit the picture right in the app and give it a white background. So I do that at least on my main picture so that it pops out more, stands out more. Just make sure you have a good title. You don't have to be too like I think some people give advice of specific things to be in the title. I mean, just be specific so the person knows what it is, but it doesn't have to have all this like jargon and stuff in it. Like, for a shirt, say what brand of shirt it is, short sleeve, long sleeve, what size, and, is it new? If it's new, you could say new, but I mean, in the item specifics, you already add all kinds of details to what it is. So, And then, in the description, just make sure you add measurements, because I found that out when I first started doing clothing. Like, I get message after message. What are the measurements? What are the measurements?
Oh.
And so then it's like, it's a headache. So, make sure you measure things and, put that in your listing description. But other than that, I think more than anything, it's going to make it stand out is the price you put on it. If you're really competitive with the price, you're going to stand out, because if you're the cheapest, you're the cheapest.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's going to care like, oh, his pictures aren't as good as this other listing. But
which, I guess a lot of people, we're not expert on it, but I've heard that some eBay sellers, they just primarily do their sourcing on eBay, and they look for those things that might be misspelled in the title that, people are looking for it. So, I think the website is called like fatfingers.com, and you can type in like Mario 64, and then people that misspelled like Mario 64, you can still find the item, and then usually it doesn't sell because when it's going through the search, it's not popping up,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's fatfingers.com.
Fatfingers.com.
That's great.
It's going to send me to some crazy website. Watch this. Nope, this is it. So
Oof, that's a relief.
Yeah, so I'll show you, because this is actually, I should make a TikTok video out of this. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for that. Let me know if you guys have known about fatfingers.com. So fatfingers.com, of course, let's say we'll just type in Mario video game, right? So you type in what you're looking for, and then it generates all the stuff on eBay. No misspelling. Okay, let's do this. Checking view on eBay.
This website's work in progress.
I know. Oh, did it mess up?
Do you like Super Mario?
So these are the oh, it's this one. Can't remember how you do it. Anyways, so
it's a great television.
I know, right? Great television. So fatfingers.com. I got to remember how to use it. But
it's a beta. This is a beta.
It's a beta trial. So check that out. Let us know, guys, if anybody on here has used it before. So fatfingers.com. Just says, it is a good idea to have an eBay store with a mixed item or have an eBay store with categories. That's a great question. What do you think, Jeremy?
I mean, I see some people on YouTube that have like multiple eBay stores. I don't get it. I guess I didn't hear the show where they talk about why they have so many different things, but I don't know. Like, I'm just a guy that I want to keep things simple, so I just have a store with everything that I sell. I mean, maybe there would be a reason to do that, but maybe it's cheaper, I guess, to do like the base level twice with two different stores than to bump up to the next level. Maybe that's why they do it. But
okay. That makes sense. Yeah.
Maybe it's cheaper to have two base level stores than to have like whatever the next level is. But a lot of them will sell something very specific, in their second store or something. It's like I've seen that. Yeah, I'm still like eBay, like bumped up my store as far as like I can list like 1,000 items now for free. So
yeah,
I'm not even close to that. So I'm good, but yeah. So I mean, I don't have a need for a second store.
Yeah, I mean, ours, Dustin and I, we're all like, it's just whatever, we don't have anything because we find just like different things. So I guess if you specialize in certain things, I don't think there's a need to have mixed two different stores. I just don't see, like you said, Jeremy, I don't see the reason why. Yeah.
Unless like back in the day when you had a limit, like I think when I started my store, I could only list like 250 items. So, so like I said, maybe it was like to save like it was still maybe it was 60 for the next level. So you could do like two $25, subscription stores and still save, and you didn't quite need the listings that the next store would get you, next level.
I don't even know why there even is store subscriptions anyways. I think it's dumb.
I don't have one.
Yeah.
And I got like 1,000 items to post
That's what I'm saying.
Or whatever it is. Am I okay?
Like I think it's dumb because you're taking my money. Let me list as much stuff as I want, and you're going to take my money either way.
Like, are you really saving off of, because you get a discount on fees and stuff? But if you're paying it monthly and then you're still getting fees taken out, it has to come out to almost the same.
Yeah, and I know you get that coupon
discount and
shipping supplies. I think it's shipping supplies and get a discount on too.
The eBay shipping discount too. I mean, like when you go to ship your item, you get a little bit more of savings on the shipping end too. But yeah, I'm not a fan of like you charge me a monthly subscription fee to sell, to even like allow me to sell, I guess, and then you charge me when I sell something. It seems like it would just be easier to, one list for free. And then when it sells, you pay us for what we charge. Yeah. But
I don't get it. And then like with the shipping charges, that you save, you're just going to write it off at the end of the year anyways, because it's your business expense. So it's just, I don't know. I think it's dumb. The benefits, the benefits don't really make any sense to me. It's just dumb. And then you're going to charge me for promoting listings. They're like nickel and diming certain things. For someone that might not know what they're doing, it can get pretty pricey. And that's why a lot of people call it fee day, because they just don't know what they're doing. So you do your research, unless you have I guess it helps if you're doing, let's say that you have like a first party product that's coming from China, and then you're selling it on there. I don't know, cell phone cases, and you have 4,000 cell phone cases listed, then that might be beneficial. But other than that, for what we're doing, I don't see a reason why.
Yeah.
So it's getting down. Oh, okay. I knew Crispy was going to say something about this though. If you don't have a monthly subscription, you pay higher fees. I've seen a calculator for it. If you have 150 to 200 listings, it's cheaper to have a store. Okay. I know Crispy's got a ton of listings because I think Crispy does it full time. So we need to have Crispy on for sure. So we'll talk about that. So Jeremy, so we're getting down to the nitty gritty here. These are our last two questions, which are my favorite questions. Biggest bust and biggest flip, my friend. Let us know.
Biggest bust. I guess I'd have to say during the pandemic, I got into it. Was like I'm going to use this as an example because it was my biggest hit, my biggest flip, and my biggest bust. No, I started doing some like online auctions, like through a auction zip. And so I bought some stuff that, I still haven't been able to sell. So it was like a little hit and miss, like some of the stuff I was able to sell, it was like in a lot, kind of thing. So I sold some stuff, made money, and then I've got stuff. And it's like, oh man, I don't know what I'm going to do with this stuff. But like my biggest bust is like, I still have some. I thought it was going to be a good buy, but they were like these lacrosse helmets, and just wasn't a good buy. There was like a sporting goods store that was going out of business, and they had an auction company come and auction out stuff. So I bought like a bunch of lacrosse helmets and some. They had some like softball cleats and some baseball cleats, and it was all like new in the box Nike cleats and stuff. But when I bought it, I didn't take into consideration. It's like right when the pandemic hit. So it's like no one's playing baseball. No one's playing lacrosse. no one's doing anything. They are staying in their house. So, yeah, so that was probably my biggest bust. My biggest hit, though, a couple different times. I got on this with this auction company that they would sell a lot of like autographed record albums. And so I bought a Beastie Boys record album that was signed by all three members, which one of the members died. I don't know what year he died, but one member, so there's only two living members right now. And so that made that a lot more valuable of a record. And they come with like a certificate of authenticity. So it's not just like a random, oh, it's got an autograph on it. I don't know if it's real. So yeah, I was able to, I paid, gosh, I didn't pay any more than $40 for it. And I sold it for like $1,000.
Whoa.
So that was my biggest hit.
That's legit.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was just luck. I just happened to run into that at the right time.
Did you buy any other albums or anything like that?
Yeah, I got a Pearl Jam 10 album that was signed by all the band members. I got a Fleetwood Mac, the Rumors album. I got that right when the Cranberry TikTok got popular.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So I got a few. I got a few. Just like, I can't believe I got this, and it was just like, I think I just see crispy. I couldn't sell it. I had the same feeling, and I didn't know, like.
Yeah.
And so.
Yeah, that's hard. I know.
So those are my biggest flips, but I do have to run here in like a minute or two. So
You're good. So we'll end it with that. Thank you so much, Jeremy, for jumping on. Really do appreciate it. Guys, make sure you follow Jeremy on all of his socials. They're linked down in the description below. So check him out and check us out, right, Dustin?
Check us out.
Check us out. Follow us. Subscribe to the YouTube. Subscribe to the podcast This Week in Reselling. And that's it, guys. Thank you, everyone, for joining us here on YouTube. Guys, if you ever want to come on, ask questions, all that good stuff, come on YouTube when we have these live streams. If you ever have any other question, send us an email, thenashvilleflippers@gmail.com. So anything else for the people, Jeremy?
Just appreciate everybody stopping by. This has been great. Probably the best thing I ever did was join TikTok and get to meet every single person. I think there's a few I haven't met yet that popped in here, but that's been like the greatest thing is meeting all these other resellers that do what I'm doing, and they're just fun people.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. Well, we like meeting you, Jeremy. And Matt. Totally. So guys, thank you so much for stopping by. My name is Ray.
My name is Dustin.
And we'll catch you on
the flip side.
See y'all. Peace.